ordinance. I just wanted to, so you can see, take a card, but you have the card.
Okay, I appreciate that.
These are the cards?
What's up? Let me talk to you real quick.
You know, I have not watched the NBA finals. The Heat are in the finals and I haven't watched it. Been a season ticket holder for the Dolphins for 15 years. I haven't watched it. I watched the Hurricanes.
Just don't sleep on the Marlins, bro. Don't sleep on the Marlins.
I haven't watched the Marlins either.
Oh.
I haven't watched anybody.
Not even sleeping on the heat. So you still can like do some damage.
I haven't watched anything.
Everybody thought it was gonna be a sweep.
They get the horn.
De los hits.
I didn't even know.
We won yesterday.
I didn't know.
It's 2-1. Everybody thought it was gonna be for the year.
I'm just so disappointed
They're not sweeping yet.
at the whole politics of it. I mean,
It's not a fault.
it's very Saturday Night Dance Fever of you.
¿Qué le conociste?
I'm gonna call off fuera, 1970s look, eh?
On the right.
Spooky season, bro. Halloween time. As long as you pull Tom
Hey,
Cruise, bro,
but
okay?
listen to the homeboy shirt over there. I can't pull that off. I don't know if you can.
What, eh? George. George, that's a snazzy shirt, bro.
That's nice.
No, that's a snazzy shirt right there.
Stand up, sir. Stand up. Can you stand up? Stand up.
I can't
Come on,
pull,
bro.
I can't pull that off, bro. I don't have the body for it. You have the body for it.
Come on.
My body is round.
No, te perdiste el viernes tu pantaloncito.
Hey, you gotta take a picture, bro.
Carmen, how many people assigned to talk?
Just one.
Just one? If there's anybody else that wants to talk, por favor que se apunte a la persona que quiera hablar, a los comisionados o a alguien.
The coffee maker is over from 1978.
The coffee maker? I think we got it at Walmart.
So total.
Yeah, I did the parking meter one in front of you.
Okay.
You saved it.
City of Sweetwater, regular commission meeting. Meeting date Monday, October 5th, 2020 at 8 o'clock. Commission chambers, 500 Southwest 109 Avenue. Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Twelve we know the absence of Mayor Lopez and Commissioner Barrero.
Okay, let's stand up for the pledge allegiance and remain standing for the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dear God, we come to you this hour asking for your blessing and help as we are gathered here together. We pray for guidance in the matters at hand and ask that you would clearly show us how to conduct our work with a spirit of joy and enthusiasm. Give us the desire to find ways to excel in our work. Amen.
Amen.
No importa, déjalo.
Representante estatal,
Sí.
Borrero.
Esto se corre. Anda. Okay. Thank you. Okay, special presentation. Anybody? No? Presentation Employee of the Month Award? None? Presentation of Officer of the Month Award?
Deferred.
Okay.
There's a lot of administration missing for it being a Monday regular commission meeting.
Reports of officer, boards, and committee. No report, attorney? Addition and deletions to the agenda? None. Petition, communication, remonstrances. Okay, I have a list. I don't know what the name, Muster?
You got this one.
Yeah,
Stop it.
no,
Yeah.
petition, yeah. Yeah, come over. I'm sorry, but I didn't know how to pronounce your name.
It's fine. I'll just begin.
Good evening, Commissioners.
You got
Thank you
3
for
minutes.
Yes,
okay?
ma'am. I appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to speak again today. I was here in the hopes of petitioning a possible
Sorry, can you say your name and your address, please?
Bashir Mustafa, 11180 West Flagler Street, Suite 7-8. This is in regards to Smoke and Spades, a business on Flagler.
The cigar place?
Yeah, it's a vape shop and a smoke shop combined. So briefly, in March of this year, just after COVID became a major issue and ordinances started to clear, my license was revoked under Ordinance 3-20. It has been approximately 6.5 months, just over, since my business has been closed. I've been a member of this community for over 7 years. I have worked extremely hard building that. My first 5 years in that store, I literally didn't take a single day off. That business provides for 5 separate families, and it's been a detrimental setback for me and my employees, my family, to sustain themselves. None of my employees have been able to find work, and in fact, one of my employees has killed themselves just this past month due to we just had his memorial this Saturday, a couple days ago, and it's been a very dragging situation. I know there's been multiple commission hearings since the revocation of the license, and I haven't attended because it's been kind of the same feedback as far as going back and forth. And then I realized that the city of Dade County has reissued or retracted on the ordinance that we originally was violated with, which was to reopen theaters, nightclubs, gymnasiums, and stadiums. Even though my business is a retail business, it doesn't fall into that classification. That was the actual ordinance that we were violated with and what my license was revoked for, even though I am a retail store. So with all consideration, I would ask humbly that the commission possibly reconsider their position on my revocation of the license as well as members of the administration. I presented council here with a copy of the actual ordinance that I was violated with, as well as the violations themselves, and with his blessing, if it's within legal standing of the city to do so, and your legislative body to unanimously vote in favor, I believe the punishment has been harsh. That's been an immense amount of money and work. My life savings, everything went into this business, and to have it taken away over an ordinance that wasn't even a few days old, and completely lose everything, I would hope that you guys can possibly step back and take a look at the position. I know it's a bit much to ask, but I would like to see if that would be a possibility to have it added either to the agenda or something to consider. If there's any information that any of you guys would like to see in regards to the business itself, whether it's the violations, original city documents, I have everything if you need additional information to review. Same applies to council if you needed to see anything as well. And I'll just try to keep it brief like that.
Okay, city attorney, did you hear what he said? What can we do?
I mean, he's here on petitions and remonstrances. The city, there's no one from the city here. The procedure is that once there's some type of finding by the administration revoking the license, he has a right to appeal to the city commission. He did have that appeal. He did have counsel present. I don't remember if he had a court reporter or not.
I did, sir.
He did. Okay, so there's a record and a transcript. As a governing body, you're bound by that process, by that procedure. There's nothing in the city code where he's allowed or afforded an opportunity for a rehearing. And again, not that I'm giving you legal advice, I'm actually instructing the commission, but his next step would be to go before the circuit court. It's a petition for certiorari. It's actually listed on our code on what his step is. Whether he's time barred from doing that, that I'm not sure, but that would be his next step. There's nothing in the code that gives you authority to revisit that decision. And from I'm sorry. I mean, it's not whether I agree with the decision or disagree. I'm just reiterating what's in the code. Your hands are tied. You as a body, you do whatever you want. But I mean, that's my instructions and my advice to you.
May I ask a question?
Okay.
Would that also apply if the original ordinance that I was violated with didn't apply to my business in itself? Like,
So-
I was violated, the ordinance itself applied to nightclubs, stadiums, and theaters. I'm a retail store,
Right.
but my license was revoked for being a nightclub, a theater, or a stadium, which is why I showed the ordinance.
No,
to
and
you.
he did. He came before and showed me the ordinance. Very cordial, professional. I truly appreciate that.
I appreciate you reading it.
The only issue is, again, let's not forget that you all were sitting in a quasi-judicial capacity, not as legislators, but as judges. There is that record. Now, if that decision was incorrect, right, meaning that the wrong ordinance was applied, that is a very appealable issue, and that's where he needs to go, not here. Okay?
Through the circuit court, you're saying?
Through the circuit
So I
court.
would
Yeah,
still
again,
have to
and
take
I'm
it.
advising the commission. I'm not, please.
I filed my
I know
counsel. I have nobody. It's just
you really, and again, please don't take it the wrong
I'm
way.
not-
I'm not being
it's-
offensive.
it's-
Just you need to get counsel to advise you on what those steps are, and they'll probably reiterate the same thing I'm saying.
The only thing I was advised by counsel was to, in fact, sue the city, and I
Right.
didn't want to take that process. This is how the city pays for itself. Imagine going after them for money on top of it in a struggling situation at a terrible time, and then not to mention the fact that it would be very expensive, which I have basically depleted all my funds, still paying for my employees to live because they haven't found work, and then on top of that, the process may take 9 months to a year and a half. The business is already halfway dead at this point. I'm sure it's suffered irreparable losses. Imagine what it would look like in a year. I'm still paying rent. I'm still paying everything. Even if I was to win the case and you guys were to overturn it, or the circuit court, was to overturn it, there would be no business left. I literally was fighting for a vacant spot in a plaza at that point, and that's what I was trying to avoid. I could revisit that issue and pursue it if that's the only issue, which I have been advised, but I was hoping, being that this was an internal issue within the city, that through the administration and through the commissioners, that maybe a re-review of the documentation and the violation, which in fact was incorrect and doesn't match my business in itself. I thought that maybe that process could have been, re-reviewed and there would be a secondary vote with the blessing, obviously, of the administration as well as the commission body. But if you're saying that's the only other option, then I can't argue the legal aspects. That's fine. But I appreciate you guys hearing me out.
Thank you. We have to follow our attorney.
That's fine. Thank you very much.
Okay,
All right, thank you.
recommendation.
Thank you.
Thank you. Maria Castro.
What's her last name? Castro.
Castro.
Buenas noches. Yo me dirijo a usted porque soy madre soltera, tengo un niño de 10
Do you
años.
know how to speak English? No.
No speak English, speak Spanish.
¿Pudiera
have
decir el nombre y su dirección?
Sí, como no, sorry.
No, no hay problema.
Ok, María Aricel Castro, resido en la 11001 Northwest 4 Terra, 533-172. Llevo 15 años en la zona de trailer viviendo.
¿Tiene alguna persona que le traslada?
¿Que me traduzca?
Sí, que le traduzca.
No creo, no sé. Yo vine sola.
Anybody in the audience would like to translate for this lady, for Mrs. Castro?
Through the chair, I'll go ahead and translate for her.
No, commissioner. No commissioner to translate.
Says who?
I say.
Well, just because you say it doesn't matter.
No,
A translation is translated.
you out of order. I said no commissioner will translate.
She's volunteering to translate.
Okay,
for us.
thank
Is that-
you.
is that acceptable?
Point of order, Mr. Attorney.
Yes, sir.
The president of the commission says that I cannot translate for a person. Can you please give me your legal opinion on that?
I right now I would have to research that as to whether you need to have whether you can translate or not. If you want a motion and take a vote on it, I mean, I don't know the answer to it all.
No,
I'll be
I
honest
said
with you.
that they cannot. Because when they translate something different than what the resident is saying.
Okay,
So,
point of order. I asked
I
for
would
a
like
point of
somebody.
order. Point of order, ma'am. Point of order. That means you need to stop talking.
You out of order completely.
point of
okay?
order means-
You out of order completely.
Point of order means you need to stop talking because I'm asking a legal question to the attorney based on Robert's Rule of Order. I ask to be respected in the same manner that I respect you.
You
Mr. Attorney.
respect?
Yes, ma'am, I do. Mr. Attorney,
Yes, sir.
I understand that you don't have the time right now to look at that. But the presiding officer cannot make a decision on any individual commissioner taking an action.
Yes,
This
I can.
governing body, if I could just
Yes, I
finish,
can.
ma'am, if I could just finish, thank you. This governing body as a whole makes a decision. Correct?
Depends on the item. It depends on what the item is. An item like that, I would do what I just said. If you insist on translating, make a motion.
That's what I was getting to.
Okay.
So, I want to make it a point that no one person has any power and authority over another. The president cannot tell me when to speak, when not to speak.
Yes, the president.
Yes, I-
the
yes, I
president
can.
could. You need before you
Yes, I
speak.
can.
The only reason you're speaking now is because of the point of order. Fine, but if you want the floor, you have to through the chair. That's normal.
I'm aware. I'll leave this point alone. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, let somebody translate.
Ma'am?
You and I will talk after. Don't worry about it. You and I will talk after.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, dígale que yo llevo 15 años viviendo en la zona de trailer. Tengo un niño de 14 años y una señora de 80 años que es mi
She
abuela.
has been living here for 15 years and has a child,
El niño, 14.
14-year-old son,
Y mi abuela que tiene 80.
and a grandmother that's 80 years old.
Yo me he mantenido limpiando casa por cuenta propia, más el cheque de ella, que coge de saber que por señora mayor, ¿entiende?
She cleans houses as a job,
Pero con el problema de la pandemia no he podido limpiar esas casitas. Y entonces con el dinero de ella he cogido para pagar la luz, ¿entiende? Y los aseos personales, pero el agua
cheque
se
de
me ha
quién?
untado de la abuela mía desde esa vez.
she has used her grandmother's check to pay for her salary, for all her expenses due to the pandemic as she hasn't been able to work.
Y se me ha sido muy difícil. Yo le traigo aquí las pruebas de la edad que tiene, del bill del agua que me lo van a cortar.
She has brought in the water bill that's about to get cut off.
Traigo el bill del agua, la ayuda que yo cojo, la abuelita mía, con su social security, documento con la dirección de Sweetwater que vive, y lo mío con lo del niño, y la dirección de mía aquí también. Y no tengo modo como resolver ese dinero. Y estoy nervioso, estoy alterado. se quitan el agua.
She is just coming here. ¿Te quiere pedir ayuda? Pero-
Sí, necesito que me ayuden en lo que pueda, ¿entiende?
She's asking for some type of monetary help
Para no
so
cortarme
that she doesn't get her water bill cut. She has all the paperwork of her bills and everything here that she'd like to present for you.
Para no cortarme, yo debía pagar 749 y me quedo debiendo 311, pero por lo menos no me la corta. A veces mejor que yo me puedo desenvolver, no sé, whatever.
So usted está pidiendo ayuda.
Ajá. Sí, por lo menos 749, porque yo no me la
She's
corta.
asking for some type of monetary help from you so that she doesn't get at least her water bill cut off. She's desperate right now and seeking for guidance and advice.
La diferencia es que lucharé y me hará tiempo pagarla, pero no me ha dado
So
tiempo.
total es 700.
Sí, sí, porque lo que hago esto completo, pero si yo pago esto, ve, ya no me la corta. Pero
The
si
monetary assistance she's asking for is $749.24.
yo le pido ayuda.
700 what?
$749.24.
749.
No puedo hacer más nada que venir aquí, porque estoy loca con mi abuelita.
Through the chair?
Yes.
Okay, what we're gonna do is, I hope, I'm gonna jump in, I'm gonna call her after, cuando termine aquí, dale el teléfono y la información tuya a la city clerk. I'm gonna go ahead and help this lady out. If anybody would like to do that, please contact me or anything. She called me this afternoon about 5 or 6 o'clock, and told her to come over here to see if any other commissioner would like to help them out. So, cuando termine, déjale la información tuya a la city clerk y yo me voy a contactar contigo después para ver qué se puede hacer, ¿ok?
Yo estuve bien aquí, pero no abrió, porque había venido a ver a la secretaria del alcalde o algo, o volví a venir casualmente, pero parece que le dolía la cabeza y no había nadie. Y me fui, pero no sé, cogí esta ahorita, ¿me entiendes? Y llamé a Saúl Díaz,
Perfecto.
que fue el primero que hablé, le dije mi situación.
Through the
Well,
chair,
she's just thankful that she called
Yes.
Saul Diaz.
can I see the FPL document, Madam President?
The water sewer, right?
Water. Water bill.
It's
Ajá.
water bill.
Ajá.
Si quiere poner-
Is it a water bill?
Él puede ver, el comisionado puede ver.
Sí,
el-
¿cómo que no?
Oh, so it's a water bill, not a
Ah,
bill.
sí, sí, sí. 448 8226. Sí.
And through the chair,
Y yo tengo orden de desconexión porque yo lo veo por internet.
through the chair.
Yeah,
You
sure.
have the floor.
Señora, ¿hace qué tiempo que tienes este water bill? How long have you had this water bill for?
Por favor.
Este invoice de $749.24, this invoice for $749.24 is from when to when? ¿Es de cuándo a cuándo? De junio hasta septiembre.
El agua se paga cada 3 meses, comisionado.
Yo sé, pero no son $749.
Bueno, pero quiero decirle que eso de ese, los 2 meses que ha venido un viaje que me vino Bill y el de ahora.
Ok.
No hay más ninguno, viene cada 3 meses. El anterior no lo pude pagar y este que está corriendo que es ese. Busqué en internet y está en desconecto.
No, there's no water bill that's $700 unless it's a commercial property. No hay un invoice que te cobra 3 meses casi $800 de agua.
Either a huge leak.
There's either a
or
leak,
liqueo.
si hay un liqueo o...
No, liqueo no hay. En serio le digo, liqueo no hay.
en-
Además, mi abuelita que a veces deja la pila abierta, yo se la cierro.
No, déjame
porque tiene
explicar,
80 años
señor, let me
por acá.
explain. There's no way possible that in
Pero
3
what-
months you're going to acquire an $800 bill. No es posible que en 3 meses te van a dar un bill de $800. Algo pasa
3, no,
ahí.
6 meses.
Ni en 6 meses, ni en 6
Perdón,
meses. Not even
perdón.
6 months.
No sé mucho de eso, perdón.
So let me explain.
Perdón.
I'll get in contact with Commissioner Saúl Díaz. Yo me voy a comunicar con el comisionado Saúl Díaz antes de pagar eso. Vamos a comunicarlo con el condado. Before we go ahead and pay that bill, let's get in contact with the county.
That's what I'm saying. Let's go ahead and
Porque hay un problema con ese bill. Ese bill
Yeah.
no, algo no cuadra ahí. There's something wrong with the bill there.
No me alegro. Porque yo no sé de eso. De eso sí no sé.
Can I see it?
Lo que estoy
Yeah,
hasta
I
acá.
think you're an
Well, first, she rents.
Okay, so it could be the landlord's obligation.
No, the landlord is actually the trailer park.
Okay.
And so the trailer park doesn't sublet.
Okay.
So that's a leak. Normally in the trailer park, you have issues with
Yeah, it's not
the
normal.
electricity because, in those trailers, you have leaks and whatnot. But water, no, that's a water leak. Guaranteed it's a water leak. So
Oh, yeah, definitely.
vamos a comunicarlo
There's a previous balance of 740 million.
Right,
There's
it's a
carry
total
charges
balance
of 311. This is
of
probably the
$1,000.
bill,
Right,
but this is probably carryable.
right, right, right.
No?
Is that a duplex? Es un duplex.
No, es un trailer. Es una trailera.
Yeah, we'll get in contact con Comisionado Soldis. Vamos a comunicarnos con el condado a ver.
Yo estoy impresionado, independientemente de eso, como está el yo sé que
1060.
dos veces que me vino Bill, que lo tuve que retener por la luz.
¿Hace qué tiempo usted vive ahí? How long you live there?
15 años.
Y el bill nunca... Pero,
Bueno, anteriormente, hace mucho tiempo que yo estaba trabajando y todo me iba bien, gracias a Dios. Había un salidero, yo le tiré fotos, yo lo llevé ahí y todo se resolvió. Y ahora este bill.
María,
Pero eso era como 5 años.
una pregunta. ¿Ese bill está a nombre de quién está? ¿Es el nombre de usted o a nombre de otra persona?
No, está a nombre de uno que fue novio mío hace como 5 años.
Muy bien.
Y se quedó porque él nunca tenía los 100 pesos para el depósito. Yo no lo he visto más. Yo he pagado mi bill normal, no había ningún problema.
Yo me voy a contactar contigo después, ¿ok?
Ok,
Mañana yo te
gracias.
llamo y voy a pasar por ahí para hablar contigo.
Le puedo hacer una copia para que el
Sí.
Commissioner Saúl Díaz can have a copy
Let me take a picture.
of her FPL.
Eso se va a resolver, María. We're
Gracias.
gonna do our best,
Thank
okay?
you. Gracias, María.
Yo le había traído hasta la fotocopia de la abuela mía que no me entiende del niño.
Yo te llamo.
Porque yo estoy joven, pero ellos no entienden y me frustro.
Yo te llamo mañana.
Gracias, señor. Y disculpe, usted sabe.
Kill.
Llevo 15 años aquí primera vez porque estoy desesperada. Ya no puedo ir.
Yes.
Que tengan buenas noches y disculpen.
El bill?
No, te voy a dar una foto, le voy a dar el bill.
Eso me gusta la tormenta que estoy.
Okay?
Gracias.
Anybody
gracias, señor,
else?
y disculpe la molestia.
No, we don't have anybody else. Consent agenda,
Muchas gracias, ok.
Claro, señor.
staff item. An ordinance of the City of Sweetwater City Commission creating Chapter 36 entitled Workforce Housing to the Code of the City of Sweetwater to ensure quality of design to enhance city streetscape and public realms, providing for repealer clause, providing for severability clause, and providing for an effective date. Second public hearing. Let me open the meeting. Nobody would like to speak on this ordinance? Okay, public hearing closed.
Okay, this is the second reading on this workforce housing ordinance. The ordinance is basically for the workforce housing and to be in compliance with one of the objectives in the housing.
Move.
Second.
Thank you, sir. Great job. Thumbs
Roll
up for
call,
you.
Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Jonel Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Borrero,
Yes.
Commissioner Rain,
Yes.
Commissioner Saúl Díaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Ruiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yep.
passes.
Yes.
President, oh, sorry.
Okay, B. An ordinance of the City of Sweetwater City Commission amending Chapter 18, Article 6, Massacre Establishments and Operator, and Article 7, Adult Entertainment Establishments of the City Code, providing for a repealer clause, providing for a severability clause, and providing for effective date. Okay, this is his second reading and public hearing. Hearing open? Nobody? Hearing closed.
This is
Move to the second.
Who made the motion?
Who made the motion?
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
1 second. And
more
second by
time.
Commissioner.
Oh, I like that.
Commissioner Borrero,
no.
Commissioner Rain,
Yes.
Commissioner Saúl Díaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Ruiz,
Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva,
Yepers.
Commissioner Jonel Diaz,
Before I say that, finally, what was the limits that they were being bound to?
What we talked about, if you look at it, it's covered in. Hold on. I had it here, huh? On page 8 of the ordinance. It's spread out through when we talk about the other types of learning institutions. So I covered everything there. That was covered before. I just hadn't seen it. But it's there, and it's further in number 7, it's also covered. And E is covered. So the learning institution, any type of learning institution, daycares or anything else, any schools or any.
That's an emphatic yes from me.
Yes. President Holt Alonso?
Yes.
Okay, it passes.
Okay, it passes. C, an ordinance of the City of Sweetwater City Commission amending Chapter 18, Article 10, pawnbrokers and second-hand dealers, Section 18236 and Section 18241 of the City Code, providing for a repealer clause, providing for severability clause, and providing for an effective date. Second reading and public hearing. Mayor Lopez, zoning official. Hearing open. Nobody? Hearing closed.
This is the second reading on this ordinance.
Thank you, George. Good
Roll call,
job.
Madam Clerk.
Standing job. I like the
Commissioner
shirt.
Ray?
Yes.
Commissioner Saul Diaz?
George, this one, okay, yes, this one,
Yes.
yeah, yes.
Commissioner Ruiz?
Yes. Love that shirt.
Commissioner Villanueva?
Yes.
Commissioner Joniel Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Borrero?
Yes.
President Holt Alonso?
Yes.
Okay, it passes on second reading.
Okay, D, an ordinance of the City of Sweetwater City Commission amending the Land Development Code, Article 2, zoning section 204, allowable uses within each zoning district, amending section 20402, single-family residential district, RS 2.0403, duplex residential district road 20404, twin home residential district, RTW 20405, low density multifamily district, RM 15, and 20406, high density multifamily residential district, RM 24, providing for codification and providing for an effective date. Second reading and public hearing, Mayor Lopez, zoning official. Public hearing open. Public hearing closed. Yes.
Well, this is
Second.
Good
Roll call,
job.
Madam Clerk.
Good job.
Commissioner Saul Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Ruiz?
I thought that ordinance came from NASA. Yes.
Commissioner Villanueva?
Melissa Tappan has made me do it, yes.
Commissioner Joniel Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Borrero?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray?
Yes.
President Holt Alonso?
Yes.
A standing job, George. Standing
Good
job.
George, man, awesome.
Great voice.
It was phenomenal. It's the shirt.
The shirt.
Yeah, the shirt.
Powerful, man. You lucky shirt.
E, an ordinance of the City of Sweetwater, Florida, repealing Chapter 62, Article 3, Section 6262, terminating of license of notice of bankruptcy and to provide for an effective date. First reading, Mayor Lopez, Code Compliance Supervisor.
Yeah, okay, all right, so this is just simply a change to the ordinance. Our ordinance says that if a business owner files for bankruptcy, we have the right to revoke their license. Bankruptcy is a fundamental right that any business owner has, and the bankruptcy code, which is federal law, specifically says that cities and counties cannot do that. It's specific in the code, in the bankruptcy code, which is federal law. So our code is, we're just cleaning up the code, little things. George Vega actually ran into that. The issue came about, I think, with Men's Warehouse, who filed a Chapter 11 reorganization. So we're just trying to clean up the code and remove that provision from the code. It's what the law is.
Move.
Second.
Roll call, Madam Clerk.
Commissioner Ruiz?
So yes for me.
Commissioner Villanueva?
Yes.
Commissioner Joniel Diaz?
Yes.
Commissioner Borrero?
Yes.
Commissioner Ray?
Yes.
Commissioner Diaz? Saul Diaz?
There you go. Yes.
President Holton also?
Yes. Motion passed.
It passes on first reading.
Okay, F, a resolution of Sweetwater City Commission directing the mayor to post permit and inspection fee schedule and building permit and inspection utilizing report of the city website and providing an effective date. Commissioner Borrero.
Yeah, this is just to make sure that it's clear on our city website and that City of Sweetwater complies with Florida statutes and Florida House Bill 127, where we have to post our permit fees, our inspection fee schedules, the revenues that we receive, and the expenses that we allocate on our website.
Through the chair?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Through the
Yeah,
chair?
go ahead.
Anybody? Manny, can you come up? Because I talked to you about this item. I got it, David. I mean, I went over to his office and we talked about this item because I was a little bit confused about it. Can you explain a little bit more? Because I think there's a law, but state
There is already a law, state statute.
that by 2020 we need to.
It takes effect with the specific piece of that statute, because the statute is a lot longer than that. But that specific piece is mandated to be in place December 31st of this year.
Yeah, so
this
all,
year. Okay, so we need to comply by that date, by December 20th.
Right, and we have done it in the state statute as a whole. We've already complied with a lot of parts of it.
Okay.
And again, this is not for City of Sweetwater. This
Right.
is
This is
mandated
statewide.
for the whole state.
Right, now I have another question. Even if let's say we pass this item right now, do we have time for that? Right now?
Well, the way that I read the resolution, that we don't have, there's no way in 30 days.
But you think we'd be ready by the 20th of December this year?
We'll be ready by the date that's given to us, because that's the date that not only us, that all the building departments.
Right. Through the whole state.
Have planned for.
31st. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, David, go ahead.
good point. Would you like to amend it to include it by the December 31st?
Yes.
This is just to get the ball rolling.
I provided you the statute, just look on the date, and that's the date.
That's the date that they
It's mandated that we comply.
Yeah, so I mean, look, and not to say that you're not doing your job, but this is just to make it abundantly clear that this is the will of the city to make sure that we comply with state statutes and that we're getting the ball rolling with that.
Yeah,
So-
trust me, that we always do. The state does not let up on that, and again, there's the statute in a whole. That's one snippet of the statute. We've had to comply with a lot of other things as part of that statute as
Yeah.
well.
I like what you mentioned though. Can we amend it so that it's not within 30 days? It's, that we post it on the city's website by December 31st?
No, 20th.
No, read the, I don't have it in front of me.
I left it at home, Manny.
This is the 31st.
Is the
I got it
31st?
right here.
Yeah, so it says within 30 days on the actual item, so section 1. But if, instead of it saying within 30 days, it'll say posted on the city's website by December 31st.
Yeah.
City attorney?
No, I don't, but
I got one.
Second, as amended.
City attorney?
You made the motion?
A propósito.
We've complied
Not
with
seven.
fees and
Not seven.
other requirements, but what he's talking about is the inspection utilization report and the permit.
the statute says, yeah. But if you look at the resolution, it says the same thing. All this does is
Yeah, what he does, I think he had the 30 days.
You also voted on it.
30 days on the fee amounts to be put on the website.
Well, the fee
by design.
schedules, the fee amounts, the fee schedules are already on the website.
Okay, so that's
We
already done.
already proved it,
The
approved it
whole,
last year.
our whole fee schedule is already and has been already on the
Yeah.
website.
Okay.
City attorney?
Yes.
Do we need to go ahead and approve this resolution if we have it already?
It's
It's a
in
mandate?
in
Well, okay,
reality-
so
in
can I
reality-
just clarify, like, from a legal standpoint? So, all it does is, House Bill 127 in the state statute, all it does is, this is just reiterating what it says. There are two things that Commissioner Borrero wanted to focus on. One was the fee schedules on the website to do it within 30 days. That's already done.
That's already done.
That's already done. The second thing was the utilization reports by December 31st, 2020. which that's what the law requires us to do anyways, right? So he says, Manny says you're okay with that.
Yeah, it's redundant because everybody, you know, and this is something in the state statute that didn't come out just yesterday. This has been in
Okay.
the works with the problems, you know, when the building departments and the fee and all that. This has been in the works for a while. Now remember, bigger counties and cities have a lot more access and can comply easier. I bear to, you know, to remind that we kind of basically came into the digital age recently. So we've been playing catch up. So you have to kind of bear that in mind that it's a little harder for us. That's why we've needed all the time. Other places have done it.
Yeah. No, so, and then just to clarify, the motion as amended was to, and I know you've already complied, but, you know, that's fine, we're in compliance. So by December 31st, so instead of within 30 days, if you need more time to, let's say, update the city's, you know.
It's already there. The problem is if I need more time, it can't be through the governing body here. It has to be through the state. So in reality, this is redundant because the state has already mandated it.
Yeah, yeah, so that's, you know, that's fine. I mean, you know, December 31st, you know, just, you know, it doesn't really do anything, that particular section 1, so, I mean, I don't know, I'm fine with December 31st.
In reality, you know, for example, theft is illegal. If you have state laws everywhere and the police are enforcing state law for theft and you want to pass an ordinance or something to outlaw theft, it's being redundant. There's a state law for that.
Yeah, so do you want to strike section 1? Is that what you're saying?
I think he wants to strike the whole thing. is what he's
Strike
saying.
the whole
In reality,
resolution.
there's no need. And if you want to do on that, you know, then you should basically, if you're going to do something like that, then the city attorney may tell you, take the whole state statute. But you're taking a snippet of the state statute, which is really not in the spirit of the state statute as a whole.
Well, that's because
And
those are
again-
the only two things that he was
Right.
focused, that
Which
he
is
was
already
focused
mandated,
on.
again, which is already mandated by the state.
Right, and again, like I said, it's not that you're not doing your job, Manny, or, you know, what this does is it's like any other resolution. It respects the will of the commission and establishes the will of the commission and instructs, again, the administration to make sure that we're in compliance with it, which I'm sure you're doing. So it is a formality, you know, but it does at least express our will and make it a priority for us to do that. So, you
Again,
know.
that's your decision, but
Yeah.
again, it's redundant, it's a state law, and we're having to comply regardless, so, I mean, but
Yeah.
I'll leave that up to you.
There's a motion.
I believe there was a motion and a second as amended.
What is the motion as is or amended?
As
Yeah,
amended.
as amended by December 31st.
Okay.
Okay, so not 30 days, December 31st.
Yeah, that's correct.
Go ahead. Roll call.
Commissioner Villanueva,
I'm only doing this to back up David. I mean, it does sound pretty redundant. Just
Commissioner
saying.
Junior Diaz,
And
Doesn't hurt to-
I haven't voted.
No.
And I love Manny Salvador. Yes. I wish you would wear that shirt. Yeah. Yes.
I can't wear that shirt.
No, no, I know we know you can't.
Commissioner Junior
Yes.
Diaz, Commissioner Borrero,
Yes.
Commissioner Ray,
Yes.
Commissioner Saul Diaz,
Yes.
Commissioner Ruiz,
Yes.
President Holton also.
No,
It passes.
passes.
Thank you, commissioners.
Okay.
This is an amendment.
Amendment.
G, appointment of planning and zoning board member.
We're still,
Code requirement. Who are you missing?
I'm missing
Sid?
Commissioner Ray.
I'll be deferring that,
You will defer
that,
Is it
that
for the
nominee
next meeting?
to the next meeting.
to the next meeting.
Anybody else?
Why is he appointing someone?
Appointment of youth advisory board member. I don't think this is gonna make it.
That's my vote too, but I'll be deferring that.
Only when that commissioner term expires.
Reports. Police and code enforcement report. You have anything? No? B, Parks and Recreation report. C, Maintenance Department report. D, City Attorney report. Do you have anything?
Actually, I do have one thing to mention, which is good news. There was a business in the city that created some kind of makeshift drainage system, and it wasn't up to compliance. It wasn't, they obtained no permits. Eric saw it. and basically said, hey, this is going to cost X number of dollars to fix this and put this correctly because of what they caused. So we sent them over, we sent them a demand letter, told them, hey, look, it's going to cost like $19,000 to correct, and they agreed, they apologized, they went ahead and they went ahead and paid it, and then now they're working with the city to try to make everything, permitted and legal.
Through the chair.
That's great.
Yeah.
They did a not to standard drainage. One, did it work?
I was there. It did work.
It worked.
They created a
Okay.
they created a drainage system that connected to
our city storm drain?
system. Yeah, to our city system.
That's a big no-no.
That's genius.
That's a big no-no.
With a pump.
Oh, nice.
An electric pump.
Yeah.
Okay.
Manny, is that the one we
Double
looked at?
down.
Okay.
Okay, cool. No, that's fine. Thanks.
That's a big.
But they rectified it. I mean, they rectified it. They paid.
Did they rectify the electrical part too?
But 19 G's?
Is that the one with the soccer field?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Finish?
Yes.
E, Mayor's report. F, Commissioner's report.
I have a report.
Okay.
Our chief of staff, Rob Ventura, sent me a demand letter that he's gonna sue the city of Sweetwater and me. Just want everybody to know that. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, but just wanted to make everybody aware of it.
That's all you know.
Oh, and I came out of the media because somebody took a picture of me without a mask. And there's something else, but I forgot.
They can take a video of you right now.
I'm not actually not wearing my mask.
All
You're
right.
absolutely right.
Just let you know.
Snitch.
Okay, G, that's it? You finished?
I finished. Thank you.
G, Elderly Service Program Report. H, Special Project Report. I, Building and Zoning Report. Finance Report.
Through the chair. Why don't we have a finance report?
What was the question?
Okay.
I feel like we really just tackled this just recently to pass this budget, and we're back at it again with no
Why do we have a finance
report.
Through the chair?
Yes?
Well, it's funny how we voted on the budget last meeting, but we received the budget this meeting. So technically, they're within statute. But if you notice, it says in the finance report, there are things that we voted upon that aren't in here. So at your own leisure, peruse, it's a word I just learned, it means to glance and look over. Peruse through this, and you're gonna realize a lot of stuff we voted on hasn't been changed. I just want to put that out there. I think that's what I forgot
How
about.
come when last week, when we are approving the budget, you didn't say anything?
Because we didn't have this last week.
Nobody
Yes, we
presented
did. I did have it.
But you're special. I didn't have it.
I'm special.
Did anybody else have it?
something. I did not have it.
No? No?
Everybody
No.
got a copy.
Oh, Saul, you got this last week?
Of the adopted budget?
Because I got this today. I got this today.
I got this today.
Yeah. See, you're special.
You're special.
No. But that one must be just like the one we got last week. If you go through it, yes.
It is, that's the
'Cause I went
adopted-
through
that's
it.
the adopted
What's
budget.
interesting
It's an
is,
adopted budget is the same thing that.
do you remember when we voted upon the donations? That we said it's going to be 30,000 instead of 50,000? When you go to donations, there's zero. Do you remember when we said raising?
For 7,000.
Yeah. Do you remember when we said raising the our expense account from 5,000 to 7,000? It's back to 5. There's several things in here. So there's several things in here that we found, but what do I know?
Okay,
No comment?
finish?
Yep.
City clerk's report?
It's included.
Okay. Human resources report? Unfinished business? New business? Good of the order? Adjournment?
Move.
Second.
All in favor?
This is the second fastest meeting we've ever had. I mean, it was fast. It was great.
This is